Guys, I almost just broke my fucking record. Yesterday, I bought 20 contracts of Apple, fucking 3 contracts of Tesla, and look how much I fucking made this morning. 7,316 as Apple went from 116 to 119.50. Tesla went up to 604. I sold it, came back down. Time to re-up again. All right, everybody, settle down, settle down. I always wanted to become a teacher, so I could walk into a classroom and be like, all right, everybody, settle down, settle down. I don't know, I just always wanted to do that. Anyway, so today's episode is about Apple. I had to do a much more detailed episode on Apple than the one we had previously, where I'm just hiking and basically just very poor setting and very short, not descriptive. So I think Apple deserved a little bit more attention this time. Plus, I was holding a lot of Apple the last couple of days. There's a company that makes, you already know the products that it makes, but let me tell you the revenues, 285 billion in revenues, like 85 billion or so in EBITDA. It is a $2 trillion market cap company. It's there's countries that have most countries have smaller GDP than Apple. So Apple's a little bit bigger than Canada's GDP. Apple's a little bit bigger than Italy's GDP and Brazil. So when this stock sells off, it has way more attention than Bitcoin, which is hovering around 1 trillion market cap right now. However, when this giant sells off, it doesn't mean the buyers are going to step in immediately. For the most part, they do. But what's happening right now is exactly what happened back in December of 2018. And I remember it exactly. It's selling off the same way, and it's creating a lot of doubt as it's doing that, whether it's going to remain above triple digits. Of course, the lower it goes, then as long as the financial health of the company is fairly the same and has not deteriorated, then you should see a stronger and stronger resistance. So it's like a slingshot. You know, the rubber band theory, that the more resistance you get, statistically, you're going to have a more powerful reversal. And that's what I'm betting on. I'm losing money on it over and over and over, and then I'm doubling down, quadrupling down, and then when that reversal comes, I'm going to break even and recover all of my losses. But I try to be more conservative. So let's say if by the end of the day it doesn't work on my favor, I might sell it and then rebuy the next day. I'm not going to go blindly averaging down about it. I look at the technicals, I look at the strength, the market sentiment. So I'm looking at different things before I do that. But yesterday on March 23rd, I had very heavy positions, 31 option contracts on Apple, which I sold out most of it today because I think Apple's going to go even lower. And the weakness, even though I'm hoping for a reversal, the weakness is there. So at times I go into the option puts, which means I'm insuring my shares and I'm actually betting for it to go down. So I'm playing on both sides. So, Apple is one of my favorite stocks to trade, and it's one of the most important stocks to trade next to QQQ, which is the NASDAQ 100 exchange traded fund, and the XLK, which is the exchange traded fund for the technology stocks like Amazon, Microsoft, and so forth. So go ahead and watch what happened today. In the morning, I was up $2,000, and then I made a few bad trades on QQQ and Microsoft and Apple, and I let go of 1,400 of that gain, closing the day for $642, which is still okay. Considering yesterday I was down 1,800, so now I'm down only 1,200. So I'm hoping for a good recovery tomorrow. But early in the morning, I'm going to Catalina Island, so I'm not going to take heavy positions because there's no reception there. All right, guys, check out this video of what happened today. Okay, guys, so let's review some of the trades I did today on March 24th. Again, it was a very crazy day, another sell-off of most of the tech sector. So overall, I did 278 trades and closed the day at 642. However, the stocks that I thought I was going to make money on, I lost money on. So Apple, look at all the option contracts I had. I closed all of them out. I switched from April to May first, and then after May, I started selling out the Mays also when I saw how weak it closed. So I'm only keeping 100 shares, which is nothing. So I lost like $800 on those, $862 on Apple. But look on Carnival Cruise, right? Carnival Cruise, I was holding the 26th strike and 27th strike. On that, I made $1,050. And if you look at what happened to Carnival Cruise, it would be insanity for anyone to make money on this because it was pure luck. Early in the morning, Carnival Cruise pops up, so I sell my calls here, and then I have nothing, right? So I move on from Carnival Cruise, my focus is on tech. All of a sudden, this news comes out. Guess what? CDC says order limiting U.S. cruises will remain in effect until November 1st. Boom! Carnival Cruise takes it in the chin. Boom! I'm like, what the hell? So I got in here. I think I made another 100 or so playing this part. So what I'm saying is, like, you never know. You never know what's going to happen. That's the beauty of the markets. Another couple of calls. Remember XLE and XLF. And of course, you're not going to remember because you're going to watch it after this video because we're going backwards. So you're going to see what positions I took on March 23rd after this video. So XLE and XLF, I sold those. How much did I make on those? Not too much. Yeah, 390, 92. So, and then QS, scalped some QuantumScape, scalped some Lordstown, GameStop. Yeah, I made 144 on GameStop, I think. Yeah, so, Microsoft took a huge hit on that too. Microsoft here, 290. So, tech continues to be weak. However, I think the reversal is going to come soon, and you better bet heavy, guys. It's coming. Every good stock got crushed. Look at Peloton. Peloton got destroyed, 10%. Zoom came down 7.3%, even though Kevin O'Leary was trying to pump it. Didn't work, sorry. So all of these names are overvalued, and it's very good that the market is actually correcting and it's cooling off because we need this to have a healthy uptrend again, hopefully. All right, guys, so now check out the next episode of what happened yesterday. Today is my birthday, 3/23/2021. I just turned 39 years old. Or some of you that know me, you know I do monthly birthdays, so I've turned 468 months old. It's more interesting that way. So, few things. Not a good birthday I'm having. I lost $2,000, which is, it's okay. It's not going to kill me. March 9th, I broke my record. And I'll show that clip in a little bit. 7,300 or so. So that was my highest amount I made in one day. The second highest was when iPhone 4 came out, and I made close to 6,700. So, however, I'm down $2,000 today, and February was a disaster. And I'm finally in the green because I've been taking a loss. I made money in January. February destroyed all my gains and pushed me into red. And now I'm finally recovering with green. So I'm finally making money. So I'm in the positive territory. I think a couple of grand despite this loss. However, for tomorrow, March 24th, I'm very nervous. I took a huge position on Apple, close to 31, exactly 31 option contracts. April 125s. I'm sorry, April 123 strikes. May 125s, about 10 of them. And then 5 130 strikes, May. And I have 15 April contract 123s. So I'm really heavy on Apple. And I'm very nervous. And I'm going to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning on West Coast time to see if Apple continues its downslide, if the entire market goes down. Since I cannot trade options pre-market, I have to sell my shares, and I have 300 shares of Apple. I'm going to sell all the 300 and I'm going to go short. I'm going to do like 500 shares short at minimum, because that way I'm hedging my option calls that are on the long side. If you're new to the stock market, if you just know stocks, you don't know how options work, first let me tell you, my name is Edgar Ambertonian. I'm a professional options trader. Options, each option contract controls 100 shares, but not necessarily. For example, one option contract of Apple that I'm holding has a delta of 49, 48. So technically, one option contract is the equivalent of holding 48 shares instead of 100 shares. Technically, it's 100 shares, but the actual risk parameter is 48 shares of Apple. So if I'm holding 31 contracts at 48 delta, you do the math. But that's not all I'm holding. I'm also holding 10 contracts on Carnival Cruise, 26 strike, another 10 contract, 27 strike on Carnival Cruise, April, both from April. I'm holding XLE Energy, I think 34 strike. No, 38. I think 38 strike. Hold on. Sorry, I'm kind of drunk. It's my birthday. I had to, guys. Yeah, XLE is 48 calls, and then XLF, I'm holding 33 strike calls. So I'm really heavy. I'm holding a lot of option contracts for tomorrow, and I'm hoping for a reversal or a semi-reversal. If we get a little bit dead cat bounce type scenario, what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim 75% of my positions, and I'm going to go into option puts, and I'm going to hedge the inverse of what I'm holding. So if I'm holding CCL, Carnival Cruise, I'm going to do the option puts on those. I'm going to do the Apple option puts and XLE. Maybe I'll sell XLE and XLF. But that's where I'm at. I shouldn't have put myself in this position today. But part of me feels like on technical basis, the market's supposed to crash, but the sell-off wasn't as strong as it should have been. So the SPY went down almost 1%, and it was a lot of resistance. I keep very hard focus on resistance. So if the sell-off was not as strong, okay, that means there's not a lot of sellers. That gives me a little bit of a confidence, and that's why I went a little bit heavy on the option side. Technically, if we should have had a huge correction, we should have come down at least 2-3%. We didn't. The whole day, SPY went down almost 1%, 0.8. So yeah, that's the reason. So what I'm going to tell you is tomorrow in the morning, 4 o'clock, in my head right now, I'm thinking of all the scenarios that could happen. And the worst case scenario is pre-market, we have a sell-off in Apple, Carnival Cruise, S&P 500, XLE, and I'm diversified within like 5-6 sectors. So we get worst case, we get a major correction in pre-market. I cannot touch the options, unfortunately, because you can't trade options pre-market. I'm just going to start buying. I'm going to start going to short the shares. So that way I'll give a little bit of a hedge, and then I'll sell the profit on the short shares. On the reversal pivot, I'll go long. I'll average down on my option calls. Does that make sense? For those of you that don't trade options, you just know stocks, you're just starting out, just sit there quietly and take notes and watch all my episodes. Watch every fifth episode. You're going to start seeing patterns in my episodes. Every fifth episode, I talk a lot of different strategies about stock trading, professional stock trading. Mind you, let me tell you what professional stock trading means, okay? Professional stock trading means that if I take a $7,000 loss in this month and I have another monthly expenses of $5,000, rent, food, whatever, that means I just took a $13,000 loss after capital gains just to survive that month, okay? I don't have no side income, and all these guys do commercial real estate, and they have their courses they sell and all this crap. Although I started my stocks bootcamp course, and I'm starting to advertise, and I only have 54 subscribers. I'm barely starting out, and the fuel that I'm getting to do more videos is because literally 99% of these people, of these gurus online, are full of shit. These guys are pumping out 2-3 videos a day. They're spending 4 or 5 hours editing and launching videos a day to become popular, and then they're gonna sell their advertising. They're gonna sell their fame and get advertising revenue, and they're gonna make you feel like, hey, you know what? I'm a professional trader. No, you're not. You're an investor, and you're full of shit. These guys that are happy all the time, they're not traders, they're investors. They have retirement money, they have some money that's saved up, and they'll make a few trades, maybe selling calls, some minor trades, and they claim that they're traders. You're not a professional trader. I make 200-300 trades a day. These guys make 2-3 trades a day, and they save majority of their portfolio, and they're trying to sell courses. So my goal is to become popular so I can show people that being a day trader, number one, you gotta be a moody motherfucker. Your emotions go up and down every day, and it's not easy. This is not an easy job to do, okay? Investor, anybody can be an investor, okay? Trading, professional trading, is a whole different ballgame. So it's going to take you quite some time to get to this level. And I've taken a lot of losses, years of experience, and to get to this point. To this point, even after 16 years, I'm still fighting my own ego. I'm still fighting my own personality. Like, look at this poster right here. You see this poster? It says, remember, trade slow beta ETFs. It's telling me that, hey, you need to gravitate towards ETFs that have a slow beta, that are moving slow, like GLD, XLE, and that way you have more time to react, okay? Whereas my natural instinct is to go to these high flyers, from Nikola, AMC, GameStop, ridiculously volatile securities. So to this point, I have to remind myself, like, hey, you have this weakness, you need to do X, Y, Z. So I'm going off tangent here. What I'm telling you is 99% of these YouTube guys are full of shit. Almost all of them, like literally. Just selling your merchandise, freaking all happy all the time, telling you a bullshit story. I'm like, wow, bro, this guy is full of shit. On TD Ameritrade, if you watch the TV of TD Ameritrade, there's a guy that calls himself a chart master. Okay? They advertise him all the time. Chart master is here, technical chart master. And this motherfucker gets a salary from TD Ameritrade, and he has an 8 to 5 job. And he calls himself chart master. No, you're a chart slave. Somebody's paying you money to talk from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. You don't have any freedom. How are you a chart master? So I swear, like, there's a very small amount of traders out there that are professional. And you can spot them like this when you're at my level. Anyway, what was I going to say? So I want you to watch this video. I'm going to put a few clips of March 9th when I broke my record, made over 7 G's, and then today, March 23rd, I lost hella, $2,000 almost, as the Apple and a lot of the stocks are range bound and very weak. There's no buyers stepping in, and Kramer's pumping more fear into the market, saying that this is a crescendo of a downslide. So, in my opinion, the next couple of days, we should see a reversal. And that's how the money is made. The money is made in reversals. Okay? Even if you're losing money, let's say on a stock or an option, if you use my martingale strategy, which I teach in my school, you average down the right way. Most people will say average down is wrong. Averaging down is wrong as a trade. No, that's not true. Averaging down the right way with the martingale strategy, when the reversal happens, you recover all of your losses like in 30 minutes. Okay? Case in point, today I'm holding close to, I'm saying 270,000 worth of Apple options. Each dollar that Apple moves tomorrow, I'm going to make 3,000. Okay? So that's a lot of money. So when you're holding from 30 to 50 option contracts, each dollar at 50 delta per contract, you do the math. It's huge. Plus, I'm holding XLE, I'm holding XLF, I'm holding ridiculous amount of Carnival Cruise option contracts after that sell-off. Yeah. And SPY, I forgot about SPY. I'm holding 10 contracts. Yeah. I'm holding 10 contracts on SPY, 390 strike and 391 strike. So tomorrow, I'm very nervous for March 24th. If March 24th happens to be a downslide, I guarantee you I'm going to lose money tomorrow. And the $2,000 that I lost today is nothing it pales in comparison to what's going to happen tomorrow. So my best bet is to hit short side hard early in the pre-market, go short like crazy. If that happens, and then on the reversal, take my profits and average down on my option calls, and then start incrementally selling, taking profits.